Foul shot no good off the front rim. Kirk Crecco checking in right now for Gogamo.
Well, at this point, Dartmouth playing for pride more than playing for a victory. This game has definitely gotten away from them. They just want to make the margin respectable, but that's going to require, a lot of effort. I mean, even the reserves for Cornell, which I would imagine are going to play most of the rest of the way, are pretty talented. So Dartmouth, I mean, this is their home court. They have to show a little bit more, go get them than this.
Whitman still in the ball game, though. His three ball is off the mark, no good, and Crecco pulls down the rebound. Here's Trotter moving in. Trotter back to Pride. Pride over to Trotter. They lob it into LeBeau. He's working up against Alex Tyler. Kicks it off to Crecco. Left-hand side, drives left baseline. Off to Ruffle, right baseline. For three, it's good. David Ruffle hits the three for Dartmouth. Just to show a little bit of respectability. 15:20 remaining, second half, 54-28. Cornell still with a very comfortable lead.
Crecco injured earlier this year. I haven't seen much of him.
Crecco has been playing sparing minutes in the second half of the season. Had a little bit of an injury a couple of weeks ago. But also a little wondering just a bit why Kuna isn't in there yet. Turnaround shot by LeBeau. That's good. Nice job by Matt LeBeau from about 7 feet away. 54-30. Cornell leads by 24, 14:49 remaining in the second half.
Well, good for him. You listen to his coaches. I'm sure they said something to him about him rushing his shots, and it was a nice move.
Here's a three ball from Reeves. That's good, though. Cornell is 11 for 17 from beyond the arc. 21 of 34 from the field. They lead it 57-30 with 14:28 to play in the second half, and now a foul, reach-in foul. Will this go against?
This is Big Green Basketball on 94.3 FM, 1400 AM, WTSL, Hanover, the pulse of the Upper Valley.
Along with Roger Rashid, I'm Dave Collins back here at Lead Arena in Hanover. 14:24 remaining in the second half. Cornell leading Dartmouth 57-30. The story of the night has been Ryan Whitman for Cornell. He's got 23 points. Here's a three by Crecco, and that's good. Kirk Crecco getting his first points in a while. And now a reach-in foul. Oh, boy. LeBeau against Whitman. He beat LeBeau, but...
Yeah, LeBeau saying to his teammates, what the heck are you doing leaving me out with that guy?
Whitman is 8 of 12 from the field. 5 out of 8 buckets from three-point land. 2 of 2 from the foul line, and 3 assists to go along with his 23 points tonight.
Yeah, forget Foote for Ivy League Player of the Year. How about Whitman?
Yeah. He was all Ivy League team last year. Dale with the basketball. Dale's had kind of a quiet night with 9 points. Fires up a shot there. No good. LeBeau grabs the rebound off to Dixon. Dixon has Ruffle to the left and Crecco to the right. Dixon takes it himself. Layup no good. But Ronnie gets fouled and will go to the line to shoot 2. With 13:50 remaining in the game. 57-33. Cornell on top. Team fourth, a second foul against Lewis Dale. And Dixon at the line for 2 shots. Next week we will be home here once again for Yale on Friday night, Brown on Saturday night, and then to wrap up the regular season, Dartmouth on the road March 5th at Princeton at 7 o'clock, and then in Philadelphia to take on Penn to round it out on March 6th. That game at 7 p.m. as well. All the games to catch right here on WTSL Hanover and the Dartmouth Sports Network. Dixon makes the first, misses the second. Foote grabs the rebound for Cornell. Dale over the timeline. Dale with a floater. That one rattles in, rattles out, rattles back in again. And Lewis Dale has 2 more. He's in double figures now with 11 points for Cornell.
You had a couple of those shots tonight that have received some friendly bounces.
Ruffle's shot. That one does not get a friendly bounce as Ruffle hits the deck. Here's Dixon, top of the key for 3. It's good. Ronnie Dixon, he's got 15 points. As we mentioned, he's the only offensive spark really for Dartmouth right now. Ruffle has 9. 59-37. The lead is 22 points for Cornell. Here's Dale for 3. He answers right back and says, okay, enough of that. With 13:05 remaining in the ball game, 62-37. Cornell up comfortably once again by 25. Here's Trotter looking to work on Gravy. The ball taken away from Trotter into the hands of Peck. Peck in the front court, guarded by Trotter right now. Almost had a retaliation foul. Foote gets double teamed. They swing it around this time for three. That one is good as Peck drills a three.
Should have given the retaliation foul.
65-37. 12 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the second half. Cornell is 24 of 38 from the field, good for 63%. They are 13 for 19 from three-point land, good for 68%. LeBeau in the lane. Layup is no good, but he does get fouled and will go to the line for two with 12:19 remaining in the game. First foul against Foote. Team's fifth. Dartmouth has committed 2 fouls themselves. And LeBeau at the line for 2. He's got 2 points. First foul shot. Rims out, no good. Trotter out. Pride back in for the Big Green.
LeBeau's biggest shortcoming on offense is that whenever he shoots the ball, he always seems to have his momentum going away from the basket. He needs to go up more emphatically, more decisively towards the rim, and he, might make a few of those floaters that he's attempting rather than back rimming most of them.
You know what? That is a great point. And it looked like that, kind of, sort of, but you're right. That hook shot, definitely. He's always moving away from the basket, which, yes, it's kind of natural for a hook shot, but even when he faces the basket, he moves away. That one, a turnaround jump shot by Peck, and he's caught fire here in the second half. 67-38, Cornell on top. 11:49 remaining here in the second half.
I guess the question is, why would you ever take a hook shot when a layup's available?
That's true, too. Pound it hard because you know what? You have a better chance of, even if you miss the layup, getting fouled at least and going to the line for 2.
Exactly.
Here's Crecco to Pride. Ruffle thought about the three, drives it instead. Amongst the trees, throws up a shot, no good. Crecco back up, and he is fouled. I believe they're going to say that's on the floor, and that'll lead us to immediate timeout. 11:31 to play, second half. Philadelphia Penn leading Yale 45-37. And start of the second half in Massachusetts. Harvard leading Columbia 45-26. So off the timeout. The foul was called against Dale, his third. And Cornell has committed 16 fouls. Dartmouth with only 2. Got 11:15 remaining here in the ball game. 67-38. Cornell on top. Dartmouth with the basketball. Here's LeBeau. Foul shot, or jump shot, is good from the left baseline. And LeBeau has himself 2 more. Now in the front court with it is Grebe. Hands it off to Peck. Peck has it back once again. 18 on the shot clock. Coming off a screen is Whitman. Whitman himself has 23 points tonight. Now for 3. This is Grebe. Off the mark, no good. Dixon hauls in the rebound for the Big Green.
My goodness, they missed one. That's a long string of makes for them, I believe.
Cornell shooting 62%, 25 of 40 from the field. Shooting 65% from three-point territory. That's where they're 13 of 20. With it right now is Pride. Off to Crecco. Turnaround, jump shot, good. Kirk Crecco showing a nice shooter's touch from just inside the three-point line at the top of the key. And Crecco has himself 5 points. And the lead is 67-42 for Cornell with 10:07 remaining in the ball game. Foote back into the game, off to Dale. Now back down low to Foote, flushes it home. Pride wanted no part of it. Foote was wide open for 2.
Yeah, just set a pick and then, flipped it and went to the basket. And very old, fundamental bread and butter play, and Dartmouth just wasn't ready for it.
Crecco with 5 points, 2 rebounds and 2 assists. And Ruffle picks up 2. 69-44. Lead of 25 for Cornell. 9:35 to play in the second half. Big Green just trading baskets right now. Here's Grebe for 3. That one off the mark, no good. Dixon falls down with it, keeps his dribble though, and then gives it right into the hands of Peck, who lays it up and in, and he traveled with the basketball. Oh boy. Lucky break right there for Dartmouth. Dixon had it with 2 players around him. Fell down but kept the dribble, tried to get it off to Pride. And the next thing you know, Peck came along and stole it right out of his hand.
Yeah, then took 5 stacks trying to dunk the ball. And when he realized he couldn't, he laid it up and in. They're like, no, that's too many steps.
Dixon off to Pride. Pride to Dixon. Now to LeBeau in the right-hand corner on the baseline. Gets double-teamed, cross-court pass all the way over to Crecco. He throws it away, but it's off the fingertips of Wilkins and out of bounds. And Dartmouth will still have it with 19 on the shot clock.
The frustrating thing about being a fan, and watching officiating is that if he actually had been able to dunk the ball there, they would not have called the travel.
That's probably true as well. Yep, you're right. So Riddle back in the ball game. He's on the floor with Crecco, Whedon, Dixon, and Pride. Dixon has it. Dixon has 15 points on 6 of 11 shooting tonight. Here's Pride, stops at the foul line off to Crecco, fakes the three, and took too many steps, and another turnover.
Yeah, he shuffled his feet there. It's, the game's a bit fast for Crecco right now. Hasn't had a lot of playing time. This is the longest stretch of minutes of the season, I believe. And, he's just moving a little quickly out there.
Cornell will have 2 big games next week. They've got Princeton and Penn. Here's Foote backing down against Whedon. Took a couple of steps. Foul counted against Whedon from the official all the way over here. Whedon's upset with the call, and I don't blame him. Foote took about 5 steps. Little shuffle foot. Whedon, I don't think, touched him much whatsoever, but Foote at the line again. So next week, Dartmouth is home here against Yale on Friday night, Brown on Saturday night, and Cornell will host Princeton on Friday night and Penn on Saturday. Princeton is still vying for the Ivy League crowd. That might be a tough game, and Penn is the team that upset Cornell in Philadelphia last Friday. 72-44 our score. Cornell on top, 8:30 to play in the second half. Here's Whedon with the basketball. Whedon gets double teamed now to Dixon, off to Pride in the lane, goes up, layup, no good, but he gets fouled by Foote, and Robbie will go to line to shoot 2.
So let me ask you, Dave.
Yes.
I'm going to take a controversial position here. Going to go way out on a limb and predict that Cornell will not find a way to blow the Ivy League title. Probably be a mid-seed in the NCAA tournament, somewhere around the 8 or 9 range.
I don't think so, because you know what? They got upset by Penn, who was having an awful season, and that's a huge loss for them in conference. I would say at the highest, at 10, at the lowest, if they lose one more Ivy League game but still win the title, maybe a 14, but I'm looking around that 11, 12 seed, which is always, when you watch the NCAA tournament, especially on that first Thursday or Friday, an 11 or 12 seed always has a great chance against a 6 or a 5. The 5-12 game is one of the most dangerous games ever when you're starting the NCAA tournament.
All right, so you give this team a chance of advancing one round.
Maybe. The thing is, though, Dartmouth has 18 points in the paint right now of their 45. Cornell has to find a way to play defense inside. You live by the three-pointer, you die by the three-pointer, and that could hurt Cornell.
Visit the showroom and meet with a friendly Frank Webb's Bath Center associate today.
This is Big Green Basketball on 94.3 FM, 1400 AM, WTSL, Hanover, the pulse of the Upper Valley.
7:58 to play in the game here in Hanover. 72-45. Cornell on top of Dartmouth. At the line, Alex Tyler for 2. The foul was called against Whedon, his 3rd. 4th against Dartmouth. 7 fouls committed by Cornell. And the first foul shot by Tyler is good. His first point of the ball game. Ryan Whitman has 23 points. Lewis Dale has 14 leading scorers for Cornell. Ronnie Dixon has 15 for the Big Green, 11 points for David Ruffle. Second foul shot is good. 7:50 to go, 74-45. Cornell ahead by 29. Dartmouth with the basketball. It's Ronnie Dixon in the front court, getting double teamed on the zone trap. Over to Pride, back to Dixon. 18 on the shot clock. Whedon trying to post up down low against Jacques. Foote is out of the ball game, and Whitman is too. Here's Riddle with it. Double team. Now up to Pride. Up to Dixon. He'll try a 3. Ronnie Dixon, it's good. Having probably one of the best shooting nights of his career, Dixon has 18 points total. He's 3 of 5 from beyond the arc, 7 of 12 from the field. And he's got 3 more. 74-48, Cornell with the basketball in the lead. 7:14 to go in the game. Top of the key with it is Reeves. Fake the 3. Crecco's still in there. Hervé Kuna set to check in for the first time tonight for Dartmouth, along with Jabari Trotter. Now with the basketball is Robleski with 10 on the shot clock for Cornell in the front court. Still has it on the right-hand side, guarded by Whedon. Driving in, faking, now going up with the shot is Wilkins. That misses everything, and Dixon comes away with it. Ronnie Dixon up ahead, pushes it to Crecco. Crecco left wide open. He'll try a 3. That one way short and off the mark. Well, that looked ugly, and Jacques comes away with the basketball. Gogamu, Griffin, Trotter, and Kuna, 4 to check in for Dartmouth. Shot from the baseline, rattles out. Ball coming our way, and it's saved before it goes into the backcourt by Jacques. Fresh shot clock for the Big Red. Dixon has tied his career high with 18 points tonight for the Big Green, and he's got a chance for 20. On the steal, the layup is good by Ronnie Dixon. He's got his career high 20 points, as he's been the spark for Dartmouth on offense, but they still trail by 24. 6:10 remaining, 74-50. Cornell with the basketball and the 24-point lead.
Well, I know this is mostly come against Cornell's reserves, and they haven't really been playing quite as hard, but they played them pretty even here in the second half. It was that 27-3 run has really been the difference in the game in the first half for Cornell.
Here's Whedon with a little hook shot. That's good. And Whedon has himself 2 more. 8 points in the night for Clive. And Cornell will have it in the front court. Robleski dribbles, guarded by Dixon. 74-52. 5:39 remaining in the second half, and a foul will be called, as I think Robbie Pride might have given a little bit of an elbow to Jean-Jacques. And Pride picks up his first.
1400 AM, WTSL, Hanover, the pulse of the Upper Valley.
Along with Roger Rashid, I'm Dave Collins. Anthony Damiani back at our studios in Lebanon. 3:55 remaining here at Lead Arena in Hanover, 77-54. Cornell on top by 23. And yes, that is the Cornell band that traveled all the way from Ithaca with the team here at Lead Arena tonight. Kuna at the line to shoot 2. He was fouled by Eric Peck, his first. Team's nice. Dartmouth has committed 6 fouls, and Kuna's first foul shot is good.
Yeah, Hervé Kuna really needs to work on his footwork around the basket. I mean, he always looks like when he's trying to make a post move, he's about to fall over.
It's the second foul shot. And it's 77-56. Cornell up by 21 with 3:48 to play in the game tonight. Cornell will be home against Princeton and Penn next Friday and Saturday. Dartmouth here at Lead Arena. His foot moves right past Kuna. Easy layup, good for 2. Dartmouth will have Yale on Friday night and Brown, who got a huge win against Princeton. Final score of that one, Brown 57, Princeton 54 tonight in New Jersey. Brown will be here Saturday night at 7 o'clock. Kuna with a nice move against Foot, pushed off, but got the 2. Something he should work on for the future. As now it's 79-58 with 3:13 remaining. Here's Whitman for 3. Oh, that one missed. Go figure. And Dartmouth comes away with a rebound. Crecco's been doing a nice job in spare minutes here for Dartmouth as Trotter pulls up for 2. That's no good, and Foot grabs the rebound. And you got to also remember that this is the majority of this team is young. You've got LeBeau, who's a freshman, Gogamu, who's a freshman, Riddle and Ruffle, both sophomores. Dixon's a junior, Crecco's a sophomore, Trotter is a sophomore, Kuna's a sophomore, and Griffin a freshman. Pride's the senior, is the only one that they're going to lose this year, along with, oh, that's it, yeah, Robbie Pride.
Is Sanders coming back?
Sanders should be back for next year as well. Layup is good by Gogamu. 79-60. Cornell with a 19-point lead. 2:24 remaining here in the second half. Nope, Sanders is a senior.
Well,
so a young class for Dartmouth.
Oh, indeed, indeed. And, you know, by comparison, most of Cornell's team, in fact, oh my goodness, like half their team are seniors. I mean, this has been a great class for them, kind of grown up together, and they're going to be in a period of transition next year, you know, losing a lot of talent there. Dartmouth will no longer have to deal with Jeff Foot. He's the senior. Lewis Dale's the senior. Jeff Reeves the senior. Ryan Whitman, thankfully, a senior. John Jacques the senior. So basically their entire starting lineup, seniors for Cornell. And getting fouled and going to the line is Eric Peck. He will shoot 2. Foul was against Jabari Trotter. First foul shot is good. We've got 2:12 remaining in the ball game. 80-60. Cornell up by 20. Peck trying to make it 21 in a moment. You know, it was just almost preordained to be tough for Dartmouth this year with the coaching switch, but also, you know, losing Alex Barnett. And Barnett, as great as he was such a dominant personality on offense, called for the ball a lot. They let him, you know, work on isolations. You know, that whenever he left, they had, you know, they didn't really have a system or an offensive identity going. And they didn't have anybody who had any sort of concept of how to fill that scoring void. And it's really showed this year. They've really struggled to score. You know, they've defended well at times, which has been a pleasant surprise. But, you know, it's been very discouraging for this team whenever they haven't been able to put up points on the board. It usually coincides with their energy lagging.
Grove with the three. That's no good. As we're down to 100 seconds to play here in Hanover tonight, 81-60. Cornell with a 21-point lead and the basketball here on a Saturday night. Here's a three thrown up there by Reynolds. That one no good.
Tried to bank it.
And the rebound is pulled down by Griffin. Griffin over the timeline to Trotter. Trotter moving in. Nice pass to Gogamu. Layup is no good, but Bimu gets fouled, and with 1:26 to play here in the second half, he will go to the line to shoot two. Reynolds picks up the foul. His first, team's 10th. And Gogamu at the line to shoot two. He only has 2 points tonight. Dixon is the leading scorer. He's got a career-high 20 points for Dartmouth tonight, 11 points for Ruffalo. Those are the only two in double figures. Gogamu's first shot is good, so that gives him 3. Ryan Whitman set the world on fire at one point almost. He had 23 points, and Dartmouth had 25. And Whitman has had 23. He's been stuck on that for a while. 14 points for Lewis Dale and 12 points for Eric Peck as Gogamu for Dartmouth cancels the next foul shot. 81-62 Cornell. As we're down to 80 seconds to play, and now a foul against Gogamu again as he runs right into Aaron Osgood. A blocking foul, and that'll be number 9 against Dartmouth as a team.
Is that 4 or 5 on Gogamu?
It will be number 4. Other scores in the Ivy League, we told you about the big upset. Brown defeats Princeton on the road in New Jersey, 57-54. The Bears win that one. Penn leading Yale in Philadelphia, 55-48 with 11 minutes to play, and 11 minutes to play in Massachusetts. Harvard leading Columbia at home, 55-39. Gogamu with the basket off the rebound, and 60 seconds to play in the ball game, 81-64. Cornell on top by 17 points. Down low, Osgood, layup counted, and the foul against Crecco. Oh, boy, if you're going to foul somebody, you got to make sure that they don't have the continuation, and Crecco just reached in and then gave up.
Well, you only get 4 of those to use a game. I always figure, why not get your money's worth?
Yep. So, and 1 for Osgood at the line with 52.4 seconds remaining. Foul shot up, rims out, no good. Oh, taps right back in by Peck. Dartmouth had 3 people surrounding him, and that's ugly. That's something that, when you watch film, even though it's the end of the game and they probably shut the TV off, something you want to show the guys and say, hey, listen, you can't let this happen even in a blowout.
Yeah, I mean, it's part of, you're down almost 20 points and your home court has not been a competitive game. You've got to show more pride than that.
Crecco for 3. That's up and good. Crecco showing himself to be worthy here in reserve minutes, as Kirk has 8 points right now and a couple assists and rebounds. Here's Osgood as the shot clock is turned off. Grove will fire a 3 just to rub it in the face of Dartmouth.
That's 15 tonight. 15 3-point shots, accounting for 45 points. My goodness, this team is good.
Crecco with 8 points. That's his career high. 88-67, Cornell on top. We're down to the final 10 seconds. Here's Griffin for 3. That's good for RJ. Well, if you took the over tonight, you probably won. 88-70, Cornell up by 18 as the buzzer will sound, and that will be your final score. Cornell 88, Dartmouth 70, final here in Hanover tonight.